How's it going, ladies and Bruce? I'm Sixkilla, and welcome to the next game we're going to be covering in the Steam Next Fest. Today we're going to be covering a game called Little Orpheus. This is a side-scrolling, I'm imagining it's going to be more of a walking simulator than anything. It is by the same developer as Dear Esther, so that's their jam. They're storytellers, and that's what we do around here. So I thought, even though I'm not really into side-scrollers generally, apart from the occasional Metroidvania, as you know, if it's got an interesting story to tell and shit, like the Echoes of Starsong, it was a side-scrolling storytelling game. Let's see what it's got to offer anyway in the next half hour or so. Let's jump in. I will be playing on a controller, as I generally do with side-scrollers, because that just makes life easier, doesn't it?
You are Comrade Ivan Ivanovich Privalov. In 1961, you were selected for the Shukovgrad Internaut Exploration Programme SSSR. Despite failing your basic physical and being caught cheating on your entrance exams, on the morning of the 12th of April 1962, you boarded a rocket drill containing the experimental device Little Orpheus, with the purpose of descending through the Earth's crust to discover the relative hollowness of the interior and its suitability for colonization.
No, you've lost me, General. Did I do what?
You and Little Orpheus were dropped into an extinct volcano to drill to the center of the Earth and find out if we could establish a city there.
Interesting.
Note, if you will, that this date is over 3 years ago.
We're so tiny. Look at the size of these mushrooms and shit. This is on Earth? So we got like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids? What's that? What's going on? That should help break the fall, considering he'll be like so light. Well, he's looking like he's hurt his ass bone or something along those lines.
Ivan Ivanovich.
It's beautiful.
Can you describe Little Orpheus to me?
Of course. It was large and round and had something of a disagreeable smell.
I was referring to its technical specification.
It's got a big old drill
Well,
on it.
General, I am no man of science, but it had this radio thing that I was supposed to use to let the surface know I had arrived, and some sort of battery wrapped in this lead box. But I was told to not touch anything under any circumstances, and I did notice the engineers who worked on it were quite a shifty bunch.
What a shifty bunch. Uh-oh. Go.
The Little Orpheus device contained a radio transmitter capable of sending a signal through miles of solid rock. In order to boost this, a powerful energy source was required. An atomic bomb, Comrade
Great.
Privalov. An atomic bomb that you have lost somewhere below the Earth's crust.
Ah, yes, that bomb. Of course, General. I can explain everything. But it is a long and somewhat complicated story. And let me assure you, this is not a case of milking chickens. But you won't understand where your bomb and Little Orpheus has ended up unless I start at the very beginning and you let me tell you where I've been for the last 3 years.
Sounds like a plan. The art style is beautiful.
From the beginning, then. But this had better be good.
Good, General. It's more than good. It's extraordinary. And it began like this.
This is very interesting. The art style is absolutely fucking gorgeous, though. This is gonna be a crazy story, I reckon. It's It's a journey to the center of the earth type deal. Are we Brendan Fraser? This is Brendan Fraser in there, right? We're the Russian Brendan Fraser. Comrades to the center.
An extraordinary sight. I realized this must be the fabled land of Plutonia, as documented by the brilliant scholar Obruchev. A trail of destruction carved by the rocket drill led down into the wild and mysterious jungle.
Ooh, a Rafflesia flower.
The rocket drill itself must have snapped in half somewhere below Kamchatka, and little Orpheus bounced out and became lost in that prehistoric forest. If I was ever to get home, my mission was clear: to find little Orpheus.
He's taking a beating, man. He can really take a beating and keep on ticking. Take a licking and keep on ticking.
I steeled myself and plunged deeper into that prehistoric jungle where insects the size of dogs buzzed around.
Dogs. What sort of dogs?
I beg your pardon, General?
Large dogs
Yeah.
or small dogs? Big like an
There's a big
ovcharka
difference.
or small like a barlonka?
Does it really matter?
Of course. Detail is all important.
Ovcharka then, General. The size of an ovcharka.
I find it very hard to believe.
Would you find it easier if they were the size of a balanka?
No,
No.
but I am enjoying your attempts to persuade me.
So it doesn't matter which one it is. He doesn't believe you either way. Alright. Man, that's crazy. So presumably the little Orpheus thing shrunk us, right? Or is just everything in this center of the earth humongous? Could be that. Oh, there's our bomb.
Another part of the rocket drill. But still no sign of little Orpheus.
Ah, it's just bits of it. He's gonna take another beating. Yikes. Go, go, go! Let's get the hell out of here. Quick time event. Didn't expect that. I'm pretty shit with quick time events too, generally. Not my specialty. Too old and slow, you see. Not enough fucking Guitar Hero. Man, traversing's just so much fun. Oh my god. It's like a brontosaurus.
Between the trees, I could see huge beasts, larger and more ancient than any known to our modern times. Could it be that Obruchev was right? And deep below the Earth's surface, prehistoric monsters still roam freely.
Yes, yes, but little Orpheus.
Can we ride on his head? I really want to ride on his head. Dude, that's so far. Jesus. I'm glad they hired Tarzan for this job. He's the only one with the qualifications, really. Ready? It's fun because it feels like my main character's having a good time too. It sounds like he's having a great time. Uh-oh. You got the brain the size of a walnut.
terrible lizard intent on making a snack of me was none other than the most awful of the monsters, the Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Oh, now you are an expert on dinosaurs.
Oh, hardly an expert, General. Just educated by the best schools in the world, like all good socialists. And I remembered one crucial thing.
I'm listening.
Well, its greed is without bottom, its hunger is ferocious, but its brain is absolutely tiny. So, it can roar and roar as much as it likes, but it will never be a match for the sharpened mind of the good Soviet worker. All I needed was a plan to outwit the monster.
Interesting. I feel like that's not going to go well. Why would you want to eat us anyway? We're tiny. Waste of time. Rather eat something, you know, big enough to be an actual meal. We're barely a fucking breath mint to this guy. Oh man, he's coming. Let's get out of here.
Imagine my shock and surprise to find in that clearing the last part of the rocket drill. More shocking was the fact it had been ransacked. Someone had made off with the tools, the weapons, the rations, and the spare parts for the Pragviev. I began to suspect foul play. Perhaps little Orpheus was not lost at all, but stolen. All I could do was follow the trail further into Plutonia.
Well, I mean, I don't see how you're gonna fix it or whatever anyway. And who's around to steal it? There's no other people around, surely. You're like the first one here. I don't want to go until he's looking that way. Because I can't run very fast, to be fair. Oh, Jesus. Okay, let's take it real easy. Let's go. Ooh, that's scary. that's pretty scary. I don't know why he wants me so bad. Maybe I offended him. Did I say something bad about his mother?
So we all agree this was the fabled land of Plutonia, do we? I don't remember accepting that.
I will admit it might not have been Plutonia if you are prepared to accept the dinosaur.
This isn't a negotiation, Ivan Ivanovich.
General, you can disagree all you like, but there's very little you can do to persuade me it wasn't a dinosaur.
I might not be able to persuade you, but I can always have you shot.
That's pretty persuasive. Usually. He's got a bee in his bonnet about getting us, huh? Look that way. Oh, I don't like that. He'll totally see me if I walk through there. Go. Go, go, go. No more dinosaur, thank you. Nope. Why is he having such a good time? This is a serious life or death situation, but he's just having a great time. He's having a blast. It's all good. He's a happy-go-lucky sort of a chap, isn't he? Despite all the damage he's taking. Maybe they pumped him full of drugs before they set him off. That's the only thing I can think of. They would be able to keep your spirits up like that? Oh man, now we're an egg. Some red light, green light time. Surely you'd eat eggs as well, right? You know, most predators will eat an egg. They're doing the music. That's fantastic. That's so good. The cartoon creepy music. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. It's like, how the fuck is this egg keep moving? It's in a different place every time I look back up. What? Alright, I'm out of here. How does he know when to stop? He can't see. His eyes are covered by egg. Chinese rooms games are usually quite serious in tone, aren't they? This is not like that.
You hid in an egg.
Yes, General. I hid in an egg.
I am glad
Genius.
to hear your military training was not wasted. If only I had a single legion of men as brave and ingenious as you, with only 100 men equipped with eggs to hide in, we could roll across Europe in a day.
General, are you mocking me?
You are
Yes.
as sharp as you are brave, Tavares.
Armed with eggs. Oh, brilliant. Oh man, now what? Is that T-Rex just gonna follow us forever now? I don't want to deal with him forever. He's kind of an arsehole. He's wasting energy trying to catch us. I hate to think how few calories are in our body for him. It's like eating a jelly bean. I can't. Oh, I see. I see. I see. A little bit of platforming will solve this. No! Oh, you son of a bitch. I knew what I knew the mistake I'd made before I even hit the button. It was too late. Except it wasn't, except in my brain it was too late. Go! Where are we going now? This world is so beautiful, man. Yes, I know you told me. You told me that already. Thank you, Tips. I still don't know if we've been shrunk or if we're normal size and everything else is just ginormous. Based on the size of that Tyrannosaurus, I still don't know. That actually doesn't help at all. Not in my brain. Huh? Oh, I broke everything. I did the usual that I do when I come into a new place. Broke everything. Kinda wish there was a run button I could run a bit faster. This is maximum speed. It's not slow, but you know. It's not a sprint either, really. It's just a jog. A casual jog. When I'm being hunted by a Tyrannosaurus, a casual jog is not the gait I'm going to be assuming, you know?
I couldn't believe it.
Shitting my pants.
I still struggle to believe it.
The gate I'm going to be
A
assuming.
whole lost city, buried in that jungle deep below the crust of the earth. Who would have thought it was possible?
Who indeed? It is, of course, a shame you didn't think to record the moment for posterity and help us all to get over our disbelief.
But I did, General, I did. My training was excellent, and I immediately took out my komsomolets and began to document all I could.
I'm assuming that's to get up. Oh, up there. Alright, we get, and up. No, up. Up. Yes. I don't know what that's for yet. We'll move that when we know.
So, where is this camera now, then?
Ah, General, yes. What of course I meant to say was my training was excellent, and I immediately reached for my camera, only to realize it must have been torn from my utility belt in the crash and lost forever in that forgotten jungle.
Well, that's a real bummer, isn't it? It's a real crying shame, that one. Man, moving all these giant stones takes quite a while. I imagine they're pretty heavy, though, to be fair. Their stones are like 5 times our size. Actually, he shouldn't be strong enough to move that, in reality. Look at that chromatic aberration on everything.
The horrendous beast had returned and was hungrier than ever.
Perhaps it was
Is it like 3D or something? Is that why there's chromatic aberration on
That
it?
is unkind, General. It may have
crazy.
been small of brain, but it was grand of stature.
Whereas you, Ivan Ivanovich, are lacking in both departments. Presuming there were no more eggs to hide in, did you have a new plan?
I did, General.
Please, do tell me,
Oh, he's coming
what
back.
was this brilliant plan?
Oh no. Run? I think run.
I ran like hell, General.
The plan is run the fuck away. Dude, he can keep up so easy though. Because he's huge. His strides are massive. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, no, he's an angry man. He's an angry man. Nope. Keep moving. Fuck. God, why does he dislike us so much? What the hell did we do? It's pretty rude. It's not how you welcome a new guest to your forest or whatever.
Will our intrepid yet doomed hero survive the jaws of the ferocious dinosaur? Will he meet his end miles underground as an aperitif for a ravenous raptor? What dark secrets could be buried in the lost city of Agatha? Will the general ever discover the location of his lost bomb? All of these questions and more will be answered in the next exciting episode of Little Orpheus!
That was great, man. That was really good. I like it. Nice comedy. Very funny. Like it a lot. That will definitely be a game I could see going on the channel. If you guys like it, let me know what you think of it anyway. And we'll decide from there if we're going to chuck it on the channel when it comes out. I think it's out in March. I think it's going in my Games of March video. I'm pretty sure. which I've started working on already. So yeah, let me know if you're interested, and I will try and get myself a key so that we can cover it on the channel. But yeah, like it a lot. Very beautiful, very funny. Thanks for watching, thanks for sticking out with me, and I'll see you in the next one.